Hello, Flosstube. Sorry, I have a wren here flipping around my head. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is Flosstube update number 82. And I'm here to talk about cross stitch. Today is Saturday, September 14th. Today is my nephew Rob's adoption anniversary. His gotcha date in some parlance, but we celebrated kind of like like a half birthday. His birthday's in April, but he was adopted today, September 14th, and so we celebrate that date as well. I think we're probably going to go out to lunch tomorrow to celebrate that. Anyway, so I'm here to talk about cross stitch, as I said before, and I don't have a whole lot. It seems like lately I have a lot of stuff to work on, but it seems like I'm working on just like one or two things during the week, and and I keep talking about getting a more strict rotation, and maybe if I would get through more projects each week, and I have a little more to show you, but keeps my videos short, I guess. So I think the one I worked on first and longest through most of last week, I meant to get this out of the hoop before, is this the Needle Bling Designs Christmas Eve ride. So I've been working on this. Last time I started, last video update, I had started on this house. I was about halfway through it, and I had not yet done these last two deer and the rest of the little snow drops that are around here. So I made pretty good progress on this. We have a wee Santa over here. I haven't finished his sleigh. There's, I haven't done the black. There's black, I think it's onyx is the color. It's a weak Star Wars color. But there's like runners to the sleigh and all that, and I haven't done those yet. And I did do the two remaining reindeer, and I finished the little drops of snow, flakes of snow that are all around there, so those are finished. And the house here is almost done. I did the gables and the roof, and I finished the house. I just haven't there's a cat hair right there. A big white cat hair that is not part of this scene. It's, as Letitia says, they're specialty fibers, So I did two more tree trunks here, and this house is all but done. I just have the yellow color. I think it's honeysuckle that goes in all the windows there, and it's also the main color. And I think this house or this house, one of the two. So I have one tree trunk left to do that also goes over here, and then I have to do the windows and the little cross and stuff in the church, and then the black that goes on the reindeer's collars and the reins that connect Santa to these. And I haven't done any of the words up here. And then above the words, there these little holly berry things. I keep thinking, oh, I'm done with the red. No, I'm not done, because I have these little holly berry things. There's like one red stitch, and then the green of these berries. And so it's a little far. I feel uncomfortable counting that far up without the lettering done yet to count off of, But yeah, so there's the yellow house next to the the red one that I've already done. And then this one over here is all green. And then there's black windows and all that. And there's a cat scratching my chair. Don't do that, please. Snuggle. Anyway, so yeah, so I made really good progress. I just have to do the lettering that I hope will be relatively easy. And then the black reins, you know, connecting the reindeer and their collars and their runner here. And then 2 more houses and some windows and the green trees. And these little holly berries up here in the corners. But yeah, so I want to do the houses and the trees next, and get the windows finished, and get all this bottom part finished next, and then I'll just have the lettering and the, you know, the black stuff to finish up. So that's coming along. It'll be done before too long. Hopefully, maybe this coming week. Maybe. I make no promises. And then the other thing I worked on was this iris bookmark. And it doesn't look like much because I haven't done the actual iris yet. I have a picture of it here somewhere. I made a working copy out of the book. This one is Needle Bling Designs, and it's done on this is ginger tea dyed. Look, I think it's 18 count Ada. I have it written down somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, but it's ginger tea dyed 8 cloth, but it's like 18 count 8. I think it's very tiny. But it's all Weeks Dye Works colors. There, so, and then this one that I started to show you, and I abruptly broke away, is Maria Diaz. This book that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I think it's called something like Ultimate Cross Stitch or something like that. But it's got a whole bunch of designs by, I have it right here. Yeah, Ultimate Cross Stitch. Sorry, you're looking at the top of my head. Anyway, there's these iris designs, and like I said, I didn't want to do this purple thing in the middle because I didn't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me as far as I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to other people, but I can't figure it out. Anyway, so what I did is I doubled this blue and white background stuff for the most part. I think I doubled part of this green here. I extended. Anyway, so I'm working on this is the background, and I worked my way up, and this is the top of the bookmark, and then the sides here. So these are all the way up to the edge. This is all mostly there's a lot of like kind of white, and some of this blue color is up here on the edges, you know, in between here, and and then there's some green fronds and stems, that leaves and stems that come through here, and then the flower itself goes in this area here. So this is all like, you know, just like background stuff, and then down here at the bottom is this purple base thing here. So here's the, you know, fronds and stems and stuff, and then up here is the flower itself. And there's more green. There's more green in this area here. So I'm working on it little by little. I just have one part of the green stem. And I'm sort of a color completist, I guess, in a way. So I wanted to get all these blues and, you know, pale blues and whites done first. And I think I can get these done as much as possible before I do the flower itself. So I want to get all this stuff out of the way. So there's some more that'll go down here in this area here along the sides as I do it. So anyway, that's kind of coming along. That was, they're my bag of projects for Christmas, and yeah. So then, the other thing I did, I have a new start. I went ahead and started this. This is, I'm going to just show you this real quickly because I don't have a picture of it. It says, I have control issues, and it's a thing of a game controller. So this is for my nephew, Eli. Excuse me, while I put this, I don't want it to blow away. There. So I just have a start on. This is kind of like right in the middle. So the controller goes down here and goes up the sides here. Oh, this is a needle minder. Look, is this dork? That I got. It's one of the ones that I got from, it's a Yarnology. I bought it at Joann's, I think. Joann's, I think. Anyway, yeah. But I did do some color changes in this. I don't want to show the pattern, but it had like some DMC colors listed, and but it's designed to be done on like a white fabric, like white Ada cloth or whatever. It's just very basic design. But so it's designed like with black lettering, and the controller itself was supposed to be sort of a darkish gray, and there's some shadowing on it that is also a very dark color. And so, but because I wanted to do a darker fabric, it looks black, but it's actually navy blue. But I wanted to do it on a darker color because it's, for my nephew, and it's a little more, I feel like it's a little more masculine looking, and I think it'll look good hanging on his wall or whatever. So, so this gray is supposed to be 318, DMC 318, no, 317, which is a shade darker than this. It's a darker color than this. But, so I went lighter to this. This is 318, 318, yeah. This is 318. So I went one shade lighter with this stitching so that it would show up a little better, along with the cat hair. Show up a little better on this darker fabric. And so then the dark shading that is on the design, I also went lighter on. So that is the 317, because although it's dark, I think it'll still show up on here as etching. It'll still show against this navy blue. And then the lettering, it was supposed to be 310. I chose 322. It's a blue color that I think, well, it's sort of a bright blue, and I still haven't decided on it because I was thinking about bright blue, bright green, but I think it just depends on how it looks with the rest of the stitching. So for now, I chose 322, which is a sort of medium blue color. So that's kind of in flux still. There's also a blue, red, and yellow controller button things that go on here, and I kept those the same. And there's a plus sign, like a, toggle thing button on the controller. Gamers would know what that is. Anyway, that's also designed in black, and I think I'm going to keep that. It might be hard to see the stitch, but it'll be surrounded by this light color, so I think it'll show up fine. but I wanted, I wanted to stitch it and not just leave it blank or stitch it. But I think that little bit of black there will work. Hold on just 1 second. Sorry about that. I was in a serious cat issue. Anyway, I was talking about this design. So, like I said, there's a plus sign here that's done in black, and I think I'm going to try to leave it black. Just because, like I said, it'll be surrounded by this gray color, so I think it'll show up well enough. And yeah, so it's really pretty simple, pretty basic and straightforward, and I'm hoping that I can get it done pretty quickly. I'm still I haven't started working on the Andorian yet. My older sister, I don't know if any of you saw in the comments last week when I mentioned it, that she had posted something about drawing it, about mine not asking her to draw it or something like that. That was my sister, and we've talked about it. So I'm waiting on her to draw the Andorian, and she said something about they have little antenna on their head, and this particular character had one of his antenna broken off in some kind of fight, something he had, and so I guess she's gonna draw him with a broken antenna or something. So I'm waiting on the Andorian drawing. Hopefully it won't be too complicated, and I can whip it out pretty quickly for my nephew Rob. But anyway, so yeah, I did buy the download. I went to the dailycrossstitch.com website, and I went ahead and got I was able to get that game controller download, and I had to go, and I was trying to not register if I didn't have to, but I just went ahead and did a new account or whatever on there, and was able to register and was able to get it. So I went ahead and bought it. So it wasn't I did it. So that's about it. I was gonna try to work on my Blackwork Angels. I've been neglecting them for some time now. I was gonna try to get to them this week, but I instead went ahead and started that control issues project. So yeah, I just added those to the Andorian and the game controller thing to my list of Christmas things. Time is it's already September, so I have September, October, November, and most of December, I guess. So I still have quite a ways, but I have a lot of projects to finish between now and then. Last week I had mentioned that the 20th is the FFO day, finally finished object, or is that what the FFO stands for? Finally, or something like that, or what is the other word? It could be. Anyway, finally finished, fully finished object. And I have several unfinished things. They're for me, basically, most of them. Most or all of them, most of them, whatever. Which is why they're still unfinished, because I finished the stitching, and I'll get around to doing them before. The ones I've given away, like the little It's You I Like pillow that I did for my niece and stuff like that, things I did last Christmas as gifts were all finished because they were gifts and they were given away and they had deadlines and whatever. But the things I have in the bag are stuff that, I don't know if any of you remember, but about a year ago, I finished. Was it a year? 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I finished that big elephant that I had, large elephant, and I just never FFO'd it. And then also that I have that little mouse. That he's wearing overalls and he's got berries and it says it's marmalade, something sweet marmalade is what it's called. This little mouse lives under a tree beneath the berry shade. Anyway, so it's incredibly cute, and it's only about maybe this big, like 6 by 8 or something like that. But I finished stitching it, and it's in my pile of things. And so I think I have stuff, to finish them with. I just have not done it. Well, anyway, so I thought, oh, well, the 20th, the big FFO Palooza Day that Bendy Stitcher was talking about is perfect. It's a great, reason to sit and do some of these things. But the problem is that I didn't realize it, but that's the weekend that my older sister and I are going to a Bible study retreat thing that is like you go up Friday evening and you come back Sunday afternoon. And so that's the weekend that FFO day is going on. So, which is a week from today. So probably I'm going to try to do the FFO projects after I get back. So not this coming week, but the week after, I'm hoping. So this week I can spend stitching and getting ready to, I was kind of like looking at this list of stuff to take the retreat, bedding and toiletries and all that, and going, I can't think. It was too far in advance. But now I have to think about what I want to take, and in terms of because you have to like take like a sheets and blanket or whatever, and so that I need to start thinking about it, and packing and thinking about what I'm going to take, whatever, and at least start thinking about what I'm going to put in my suitcase. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to have my finishing days probably after next weekend, and I'm gonna take something to stitch on. Maybe I'll take the Black Archangels project up there to the retreat, because I won't have a whole lot of stitching time. But if I take the Black Archangels, it's a very simple, because it's only 2 colors, so it's a very simple project to take. For a while, that was my sort of travel project. I would take it in the car because it's only 2 colors and it's very simple to work on and whatever. As far as junk, paraphernalia that you have to have, it's very simple. Because there's not a whole bunch of colors and a whole bunch of changing colors and all that stuff. It's just basically 2 colors. And so if I might take that with me to the retreat from any downtime that I have there, so I can work on finishing. Since there's 8 of them, they're pretty small, but there's 8 of them. So I want to get some work done on that. So otherwise, though, I think that's it. I didn't. That's all I worked on this past week. So that's it. So I won't. I might film on Friday. So that, because I'll be gone on next Saturday. So I might film on Friday. Before we go to the retreat. Since I don't know what I'll be doing there. I'll be busy. Whatever. So and I don't think I'm gonna film while I'm at the retreat, because it's something else. It's a Bible study thing and whatever. So and I don't know what the schedule will be like up there. So So I think I might, if I do an update next week, it'll be on Friday probably, and then, or else I won't do one at all next week. I don't know. So I think that's it for now. Short and sweet. And I will see you when I see you, either next week or the week after. Until then, I'll keep stitching, and for the housewives, Priscilla and Chelsea are in Arkansas this weekend, which is kind of fun. They're at the Petit Jean Mountain. There's a retreat center up there that I've been to for Bible study with my church, because when I used to live in Little Rock, we went to Petit Jean a couple times, and so I've been up there staying in the cabins and going to the little retreat center. And also when my parents visited at one point, we went up to Petit Jean, and there's like a little walking trail you can go on up to the mountain there, and as well as at the retreat center, there's, I think, some trails there. It's very, very, very pretty up there. But so yeah, I was, when I heard that they were going to Petit Jean, I was like, oh, that's, I kind of missed that going up to that area. That was very nice. But so yeah, that sounded like a lot of fun. Anyway, so like I said, I might film next week if I can, if I have time on Friday, and if not, then it'll be 2 weeks, and I will see you then. Okay, so like I said, my name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches. If you want to subscribe, there's a little button to click on, and there's a little bell there that you can click on, so you can see when I post updates every time. And I think that's it. So I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Thanks for watching.